This primary, you've endorsed two. I'll start with the gubernatorial race. You've endorsed Meg Whitman early. Can you give us an election day position as to why you endorsed so hard and so early and why you believe in Meg Whitman?
I'm happy to, Eric. I think that, Meg is a very experienced individual in the world of business. But most importantly to me, she's a very experienced individual as far as running things, as far as making things work from an economic perspective. Her businesses, eBay being one example, would not have survived if Meg hadn't focused on the bottom line, if Meg hadn't focused on, what's necessary to make the business profitable. So I would say that, with my focus on the budget and the fiscal issues, I wanted a candidate that shared that. And in addition, I believe Meg's focus on jobs is one that resonates with my own beliefs. I think that, realistically, you're not going to be able to cut your way out of this deficit mess. You're going to have to do a combination of job creation and cuts. And so you're going to have to get somebody in the governor's office, Eric, that has a focus on the creation of jobs. And Meg Whitman, from the very start, has focused on job creation as a very important pillar of her platform. So for those two principal reasons, I felt very comfortable endorsing Meg early.
Mm-hmm. And she's got a fight on her hands, as you did. I mean, you faced Gray Davis, but obviously, let's be honest, you faced the unions, the onset of the unions and their money. She's going to face that and more, Bill. What type of campaign after, and we would assume with the polls here, a victory tonight, will she have to run against Jerry Brown, the Democrats, and the unions of California?
Well, she's going to have to, she's going to have to run the same kind of campaign she ran in the primary. Honestly, Eric, she's going to have to get out front and, be out there talking about the issues and focus on policy because, Jerry Brown, to me, is a master politician. Mm-hmm. He's a master of spin. He's a master soundbiter. And, it's a little bit like the Davis campaign in the way that they focused on just a couple of sound bites. And, I think that, Meg has proven to me anyway, Eric, in the primary, that she's a good campaigner. Mm-hmm. That she's got the ideas and she's got the focus. But I think that she's got to kind of keep the pressure on. I mean, Brown's going to say, look, Meg Whitman bought the election. And she's got to just shrug that off because, Brown doesn't have a lot of money in the bank. And, he's going to complain about that. But what he really does have is the union money. So it doesn't matter if he has a nickel in the bank because he's got the union's millions right behind him.
Yeah.
And so, his campaign, I just think it's going to be built on a foundation of clay. And I think if Meg just keeps up the pressure exactly as she did in the primary, I think she's going to be fine.